Oh, it's working? So, hey guys, it's Friday actually. I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. I actually managed to find time this afternoon. It's 5 and I have something in an hour, but I've had 3 hours and I tell Laura to do things when she doesn't want to do them. Anyway, this is actually the second try, even though it's the first half, I'm sorry, but the second half will be me like 10 minutes ago. Anyway, answer Hillary's question. Who I wanted to be a childhood character, storybook character. I always kind of like admired like female heroines, like heroines. Isn't that a drug? Heroine. I don't know. Anyway, like the hero woman in characters books, like Alice in Wonderland, Hermione, Laura and Laura's Star Trust. Sophie and A Tiger Came to Tea. Molly Moon and Molly Moon. It was great to grow up with those ones, and that's who I always wanted to be. Like, I wanted to have powers, and sometimes I pretended I would. Like, I'd pretend to be Matilda. I wish I was kidding. Second part of the video coming up. Oh. I am dressed like this because after school at about 6 o'clock, it's 4 o'clock now, I have an interview for a year exchange to Germany. It's with AFS, an exchange organisation, and I've applied for a year program, but I'll only go if I win the $7,500 scholarship, which is not much of a chance, I think, but may as well try, and that would be for a year, and that's like a lot of time. But anyway, today there's 9 of us from our region that have applied for it, and we sort of have dinner and they interview us, talk about, sort of meet us and decide whether we show the 7 key qualities that they think we would need if we go to another country. So I hope they accept me, but you know, they will, because they want my money basically. But this isn't applying for the scholarship. And then Sunday, oh my god, and then Monday. Sunday I fly up to our capital city, Wellington. It's not our biggest city, Auckland is, but Wellington, I love Wellington. It's actually quite a nice city, I think. I went there a few years ago for a weekend to watch a Real Arts thing. But anyway, I go to Wellington on the Sunday and then come back on Monday. And basically what it is a few months ago my German teacher put me up to apply for a scholarship, and the scholarship would be 10 weeks or 2 weeks. There's 2 different ones on offer and about 3 of them go. Anyway, this guy went around like all the schools in the country, which isn't that many actually. There's about 60 people I think he said he interviewed. And basically they interviewed me then in German, which was actually really scary. I was shaking so badly. But then the second round of interviews is in Wellington that I got into, which I was really excited at that point, which is like a month ago, and I was excited because I didn't think about this 40-minute long interview that I have to do in German. But this week I've sort of tried to prepare for it, but I've been so busy I just haven't been able to, although I could have used this time too, but I just I'm not very good at sticking to things really at all. I think I told you that last week, but it's just really getting obvious and I need to be self-motivated. But anyway, so what I'll do is there's 12 of us going to Wellington to meet with these people with an institute that's sort of, there's this institute called the Goethe Institute. I hate saying it just because it's spelled differently than I felt it should be, and said, oh fuck, I mean it's said differently than it looks in German. Anyway, and this institute is for German learning in New Zealand and stuff. Anyway, they'll interview 12 of us next morning, but pretty much it's a German immersion camp, they called it. So we have a German dinner. I think we're supposed to be talking with German with all the 11 other students that are going, and with the organisers. And then the next morning, Monday morning, from 9 to 4. I feel a little sorry for the interviewers having to interview 12 people over like 8 hours. So is it 9, 10, 1, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's 8 hours of interviews. God, I'm gonna stop for lunch. But anyway, so that's really scary. But if I win, if I make myself impressive enough and show myself as a good ambassador for my country, I can pretty much, yeah, full pay 10-week trip, and then Berlin trip too, and which would be just amazing. But I'm really nervous. I'm trying to make myself so good. So I have questions for you before like Sunday. If could you give me, have you guys done any interviews before? Like, I don't know what to do at interviews. Like and I've practiced this week being polite and being more social, as I sometimes tend not to be. Like, I'll just, if someone comes in and I don't know them, I'll just be like. But this week I've been like smiling and practicing being nice, and it's really helpful for when you have to be polite to other people. Not that I'm not, but you know, because people do take into account how you act kind and stuff in interviews, obviously. So any hints you could give me would be so appreciated. Anyway, then I fly back on the Monday at about 8 o'clock after spending the rest of the afternoon looking around Wellington and shopping. But then I don't know if I told you, I was in Germany over the summer, which was January this year for us, which confuses a lot of you. Like, we don't have snow at Christmas, it's just something. But I was there, and for 5 weeks I stayed with this girl, and my classmates stayed with friends of, well, people at her school, so we all went to the same school. Anyway, this week this girl comes back and the other students come back too, so we host them for the next 5 weeks. But I am, oh my god, I'm so excited because she's such an amazing girl. I might, if she wants to be in the video next week, I'll show you. But anyway, I'm just really excited to meet her. But her plane arrives at 7 o'clock, so my flight arrives at 8, so it's like, even though I'm a little sad that like everyone else gets to meet their exchange partner, just like, hey, I haven't seen you in 8 months, big hug, I love you so much. For me it's like, oh, I'm really sad, but she's nice enough so that she doesn't mind. But I was just imagining for the last 8 months, the moment when we see each other in the airport and just run at each other and hug, and it's smiles and everything. But it'll be a little different. I'm picking up from a friend's house, but that's okay, because I have it for the next 4 weeks and we'll have a great time. But it also means I'll be really busy because I want to show as much as the country as I can, and take her to school and stuff like we have to. So hope we get to meet her next week, and the week after that I hope to go to Christchurch, another city which was actually quite devastated by our earthquake, which I might show you though. That might be an interesting thing to talk about in a video. Tell me what you think. It surprises me, most of this video is usable. I can't actually see myself for once, except for in the reflection of my computer. I'm not like looking at myself as I talk. That's pretty much it. I am really liking this clothes. I don't usually wear such fancy clothes, but I bought it for the interview because, you know, dressing is also important. I am so glad. I'm just really happy right now. I mean, look at the bloody weather. I mean, the wonderful weather. I just love showing you what's outside my house at the moment. Anyway, sorry for that. Oh, is it still recording? I hope it's still recording. Yeah, cool. Goodbye, and have a beautiful time.